Hello and welcome to the Personal Spirit YouTube channel. My name is Alina and I'm very glad that you're watching this video. This video is the second part of my videos where I talk about immigration, relocation and change of the place of living. So I will leave a link to the first video that I think that very important to watch, because there I talk about top 5 most important things that you need to start your search from and to check things. First of all, that 5 things, and then to go to more smaller, private, minor details. Then that top 5 very important things that we need to check. So the first video was more about statistics, strategy, making lists, removing places that are really problematic for you. And in this video I want to talk about more private things. You know, as a decision-making coach, I know that only statistics and only data is never enough. It's very important to check, because sometimes people ignore it and they are based only on their emotions and their impressions and their maybe perceptions or things that other people told to them. Sometimes people are checking very important things, you know, on Facebook forums, and then they take actions that cost them a lot of money. I'm sorry for the noise if you hear something on the background, and it's just the only time I can film the video. So what I wanted to talk about today is that it's very important to know what are your top priorities in general, not for specific place, but in general. For example, someone wants to live in a very quiet place, a very remote place, and privacy is very important, and they don't like the noise and the city noise and the city atmosphere, while other people really prefer to live in a city, to feel that they are in the middle of the lives. It's very important for them to see that there are sidewalks everywhere, that there is public transportation, that there are a lot of restaurants, there are a lot of stores, everything is close to their home. Some people prefer that even public transportation and stores and restaurants are in a walkable distance from their home, while for others it's not important at all, or for some people it can even be a negative aspect for them or even a deal breaker. That's one of the main reasons why it's a bad idea to ask other people, especially that don't know all your preferences very well and don't know you for many years, to ask people, where should I move? What city do you recommend me? And sometimes as a decision-making coach, and especially because I also work with topic of decision-making in immigration questions and choosing where to move, sometimes people don't really understand what is it to be a decision-making coach, and they ask me for answers, where should I move? In our first session or even our first conversation, and of course I don't have this answer. And the problem is that when you ask this question on a public forum, everyone have an answer for you. Move here, move there, move where I live. It's people that even don't know you. And this kind of conversations doesn't really help, it more confuses than helps. So what do you need to do is to write down what are your priorities, what style of living do you prefer, what weather do you like, what maybe political views are important for you or not. So you need to know what are your preferences in lifestyle, in climate. You know, weather is a very important issue. Some people may feel very unhappy in some place only because the weather is so not a good match for them. For example, some people really adore rainy weather and think that it's very nice and cozy to have rain every day or every other day, while others can find it really depressive and sad, and they don't like that they can't go out every day because it's raining, and they don't like this gray sky, and it's very personal. And that's why you need to know what is important for you, and you need to write it down. And also, if you're not immigrating or relocating alone, if you're relocating with family members, you need to talk and to know what is very important for them and what are their deal breakers. Because sometimes I saw that families are struggling not because they have bad relationships between them, but families sometimes after immigration find themselves in a hard position when one person really is happy and his or her expectations were met, while other person was kind of left behind, and somehow for some reason they didn't spoke about priorities and they didn't spoke together what is important for each of them. But in the end of the day, they're immigrating together and they come to one same place, while one person is very happy and another is unhappy, uncomfortable all the time. It's a problem that can really influence relationships and even ruin a family. So it really worth your time to think deeply what are your priorities. The other very important thing is to write why I am immigrating, why I'm relocating, or why I'm changing a place of living, because it takes a lot of energy, time, money. Why to do all this effort? Maybe you don't need it, or sometimes you can find yourself in doubt. You can start the process and then your dear close friend will come and say how sad he is that you're moving, how he will miss you, and it will a little bit take you out of balance, and you can start feeling sad and you can have like a moody day, and then you can start questioning your decision and thinking why I started this process. Do I need it? Why do I need it? So in order to avoid these situations when you're out of balance because of your emotional state, while you're calm and you're really thinking more strategically, why don't you write all your why list and know why exactly you're moving? Actually, I will give a little personal example. We are moving now also, we are changing our place of living, we are moving to another state. I don't know if it's an interesting topic to talk about my personal reasons and why I'm moving. I don't know if it's appropriate and interesting, and that's why as a decision-making coach I'm trying to give more universal advice. But what I want to tell today that we had of course our reasons and we know why we are moving, have our why list done, and I have it in my daily planner. For me it's not that hard to leave a place as it's hard for me to leave people, because I really appreciate these unique connections, friendship. And one day my close friend came to me to my house, and I informed her that we are moving and we are leaving the state and we're really moving pretty far, and she got very sad about it. And when she left, somehow I also felt sad, because I'm sad to leave. I'm not sad to leave places, I'm not sad to leave, I don't know, something material like a house or things like that, but I'm sad to leave people that are in my heart, that I love and I appreciate that they're part of my life. So it made me feel a little sad. And when you feel sad, when you're a little out of balance, different thoughts can come up, and that was exactly what happened to me. And what helped me, I pulled my list from my daily planner and I read just 2 or 3 first reasons, and it balanced me immediately. Definitely I'm moving because of this, there is no doubt anymore, and I'm still on the right page, and I'm moving, and my motivation is back, my mood is okay, I'm motivated, I'm ready to move, I'm ready for this change. So having your why list is very important for this reason. And another reason why it's important to have your why list, because sometimes we make a decision in one life circumstances, and when it comes time to real actions and we have an opportunity to make a move, to make an action, to start acting and changing something, maybe something in your life, in your circumstances, in your priorities changed, and by mistake we can do things automatically because we decided them a while ago when our circumstances were slightly or very different. Having this why list also helps you to check that this goal, this move is still relevant, and you always know and remember why you're moving, and if something changed you can rethink it and maybe move to another place or stay where you live right now. The last advice talking about immigration is, if you have an opportunity to visit before you move, it's always good to visit before you move. If it's in the same country, just another city, you can really have a short visit, I don't know, for example, a weekend and one more additional days, and you have like a short flight, you stay for 2-3 days, you rent a car, you move around and you make your conclusions, you have your personal experience and your personal impressions from the place where you're thinking to move. If it's in another country where the culture is very different and lots of things are very different, maybe it's better even to move, you know, like to take a real vacation of a week or two if you can, and to move to that place, to rent not a hotel but an apartment, for example with Airbnb or something like that, and to try to live in that area routine. I mean, like to go to regular supermarkets, maybe to try the public transportation if there is a public transportation, and to try to live like a local a little bit, because it will help you to have more understanding and more personal experience with that place. It will help you to feel the place much better and to have more personal experience, and it's always good thing to do. So if you have an opportunity, it's always good to visit a place before you move there. That's pretty all I wanted to discuss with you today. I hope that this video was interesting and helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. And hit the bell button notification to see updates about new videos. Have a great day. Bye bye.